I got a few little handouts here. I'm going to give Jonathan's to Steve because of my budget constraints. I'll have to share. Mark, you probably already know what's in this. If you two want to share, I don't know, Mr. Patton. All the paperwork. The front page is a past Nick Davenport. He was a mayor of Reedsport for a short period of time. And the picture is his rendition of Dennis Swartz and the city of Reedsport police mainly. But anyhow, that's the humorous note. That was an email that was sent years ago. Most of the paperwork that you're seeing, it has dates on it. It didn't show up. The red recorded by is what is around that date. I have the originals. I use them in court. They've been stamped in through the city as received. I tried to file paperwork, not come and be in court, because Jonathan has restricted me from representing seniors or anyone else in the courts. For 5 years, he's had the paperwork on this legal debate of whether or not I'm allowed to practice law in municipal court. I have a client that's in justice court that has the right to counsel, but I tried to serve paperwork, which is the polite way to handle things rather than come in here and have a problem with your bailiff again that still seems to be here, or the judge that you guys still pretty much condone. I see he's still got a job. Still violating people's rights every day. I'd be glad to come to one of our courts with an escort from one of you guys and explain what the hell's going on and how they entice people into entering pleas without knowing what they're pleading to. The point is all the paperwork is in there. I cannot be restricted in any way, shape, or form from representing clients in this court, unless there's a different set of rights that people have in justice court. If you look, the paperwork is synonymous in both courts. My point being is, when I tried to file paperwork, Jonathan came out and immediately approached me with, "What are you up to?" Well, I'm even smart enough to know that's not a good way to start out a conversation, and I'm not very good at conversing with people. I recorded the whole thing. I used to say I never had to record in Steve's court. I've never taken a phone into Steve's court to record anything because I can trust that what goes on between him and me, it gets rectified, and we both know what actually happens. Well, I'm not going to be threatened by Jonathan, who threatened me if I come to court, he's going to have me arrested, and I asked him by that bailiff. You know, I've been really gracious with this, and I hope you guys understand the ramifications of acting as a private attorney general under that 1866 Congressional Act. Now, what our chiefs of police are doing and what Jonathan is allowing to be done, these are huge crimes. And I'm investigating these crimes along with trying to create positive change in my community. I've told you this. We've got to stop preying on the poorest people in this community. There are plenty of ways to produce wage-earning jobs in this community. Separating as Umpqua County is one of them. We've covered a lot of ground, but I do know that in the charter, you guys are responsible for the judge. So at your convenience, could I get in touch with some of you to figure out how we can go about getting me back into court and representing people? Last person I heard that had a public defender never even saw him, and they finally just gave up and pleaded guilty. That's not what Reedsport needs to stand for. Thanks, you guys. Check out the paperwork and explain why the city is, Jonathan hasn't written any letters. Steve hasn't retaliated back with a letter. This has been going on for 20 years. The city has acquiesced. I have the right to practice law. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maggie Thomas, and I live at 1057 Winchester Avenue. I have been working for months now tirelessly to move forward with a solution to the speeding here on Winchester Avenue.